Hey crypto kids, and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a jam-packed video, and yes, this message the message is that I'm going to bring to you is super important if you hold Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in general overall. So we're going to jump into the Bitcoin chart, which is reversing like we discussed in the previous video. I have a very critical macro time frame chart for you that if you hold or plan to hold Bitcoin in the long term, you do not want to miss this. So this will be a very interesting chart. Now, on top of this, I want to talk about the key levels of resistance and support for Bitcoin. And additionally, we have some very interesting news and updates for Bitcoin as well. So ladies and gents, as I said, it's going to be one hell of a video. So make sure to smash up that like button. And there you go, as always. Smash up the like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you do not miss out on any of these critical Bitcoin updates in a volatile market like this that we're in currently. So ladies and gents, without further ado, I'm Crypto Kid, and let's jump in to today's video. So first thing is first, we want to discuss about Bitcoin. So what has Bitcoin done since the last video? Well, not too much. We're seeing a little bit of a dip towards the downside. I discussed that Bitcoin is currently having a bearish divergence on the daily time frame, which is pretty critical. Daily time frame bearish divergences usually do tend to play out very well. So that is why I said, well, expect a reversal towards the downside, because we hit this ascending parallel channels target of $38,000 already, which we discussed on videos last week and the week before. A potential target for reversal is right over here at around $34,000 to $35,000, because that is why that is not why, but where we have support from volume on Bitcoin. Volume usually gives a lot of support for assets, especially like an asset for Bitcoin. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin saw a retracement towards the $35,000 area, which could be coming in the upcoming days. So that is something that I wouldn't be surprised by. However, can we test the $38,000 again? That is also very much possible. So if $38,000 is tested before we test $35,000, that could be a time to enter new long positions, especially if we break above $39,600, which I don't think is likely. That could mean that Bitcoin will enter the for sure bull market. But do keep in mind, for an uptrend to continue playing out, we need to create higher lows. So if we just get rid of the VPVR at the moment and the MRI, we can see that Bitcoin has created a higher high on the weekly time frame. However, eventually, now that we're at key level of resistance, we also need to draw back down and create a higher low. That is how you confirm an uptrend. So this was our previous low. Bitcoin, well, hypothetically, if we came down to $31,000, that would be a perfect higher low for Bitcoin to come down to and then continue going towards the upside, which is why I have a couple of limit orders placed over here on Bitflex to make sure that I will buy up Bitcoin once it reaches these levels, because it is a very critical line of support now for Bitcoin, and it is possible that we see a retracement down that will provide us this higher low metric. So it is very much possible, and I am looking at it as a chance to buying cheaper Bitcoin and going much more in as position size wise. So that is the short-term time frame for Bitcoin. Now, looking at the macro chart, actually, I'm going to save this till after the news because I want to cover these news very quickly. So you guys know Grayscale. You guys know that Grayscale has a trust ETF that requires, well, trusts do have to purchase the underlying asset. However, trusts are more closed off than spot ETFs. Spot ETFs are offered to a wider range of investors. And over here, the CEO of Grayscale said it's been a 10-year dress rehearsal. We're ready for the main event. So this could be hinting that the spot ETF may be approved very soon. And remember, I think we're still in the 8-day window period of the Bloomberg analyst guy's prediction saying that SEC could approve it within this week type of, the 8-day range. So do keep in mind in that it's not a massive indicator that these two Bloomberg guys have said this, but it is something that we could still be on the watch out for. So this period is still an important one, and let's see what happens in these final upcoming days. Now, this is a very important chart. So the net capital inflows via stablecoin switching bullish. This could mean that more cash could be allocated to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies very soon. Now, what does this mean? So, in the past, 1.5 year, the stablecoin net capital inflow was actually negative, and now we're starting to switch positive. And this inflow could mean that what's happening is people have stable coins and they want to use these stable coins to purchase other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or any other altcoin. So that is why this is actually pretty bullish, indicating that capital could be going into Bitcoin via stablecoin. So this is a pretty cool chart that I wanted to point out to you guys. Now, the Bitcoin open interest is decreasing. This open interest topic has been something very, very hot in the past couple of days and weeks, and it's something that we've been talking about a lot on the Crypto Kid channel. So what is going on? Well, open interest is decreasing, as you can see over there. However, the Bitcoin price is still holding strong, although I still do expect a reversal towards the downside, same like the previous video. Now, usually when there is mass option expiry, which is something that we had last week, the asset tends to reverse in price direction. However, Bitcoin is still currently holding strong, but I do expect a reversal in price. As you can see, whenever we saw options, the open interest drop down significantly, in the upcoming candles, we did eventually see a move towards the downside. So this is expected because the mass options expiry was, it was very, very big, and open interest was at all-time highs. So the asset is just pretty over leveraged at the moment, if you want to say it. Now, capitalizing on these demand for options trading and the the mass amount of open interest, you can see that the largest US options exchange, CBOE, is going to launch a margined Bitcoin and Ethereum future contract, most likely. And they want to just capitalize on the situation. And we can also see that crypto.com wants to also start offering options instruments because, again, it's getting very popular. There's a lot of traction into it. This current pump is being fueled by derivative traders, not spot traders. So it is a fake pump. It's a fake rally. Some people just don't want to accept that. But it's somehow good because the fake rally brings in mainstream media attention, which then brings in retail investors. So yes, if we're not even initially pumping due to spot volumes, people actually purchasing Bitcoin, even if that's not the case, the derivatives volume can then fuel investors that actually want to purchase Bitcoin directly to jump in on the trend. So somehow this is indirectly good for Bitcoin, so nothing to be worried over there. Now, let's have a look at the Bitcoin macro trend. Now, this is the monthly trend for Bitcoin, highlighting the different times where we saw the Bitcoin halvings. Now, as an indicator, I have the RSI placed at the bottom. Now, I want to jump into this in a bit more depth. Well, it's not something that requires a lot of full technical analysis, but we can see that after the halvings, the RSI is massively overbought. So this is back in 2012. Then in 2015, the RSI switches from, ranging within its channel to massively being overbought. And then again, same thing in 2019, 2020. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're once again seeing on the RSI an uptrend that could eventually lead to us getting overbought. Now, these massive overbought territories on the RSI fueled huge bull markets that you can see over here on the price. Now, if we compare the RSI to these overbought territories at the current moment, we can see that we're nowhere near to being overbought. So that means that the current price action we have is nothing compared to what we could see in the upcoming months. That is why we are still very, very early. And if you are planning on buying up more Bitcoin, what is better than DCAing, in my opinion? Of course, nothing in this video is financial advice, but I'm just DCing into Bitcoin because the more you read about Bitcoin, the more you understand the technology, the more you want to FOMO in, to be honest. And looking at the technical analysis, it doesn't look like, in my opinion, a bad time to be getting in. And the fundamental analysis is already coming in. Although we may see a small retracement, as I said, in the macro scale, this doesn't really matter. Now, talking about the macro scale, I want to look at the support and resistances for Bitcoin. The current level of $36,000 is the support we have. The major support that we have that is in play right now is the $36,100 level. So even if we don't come down to the 31K, it is very much possible that Bitcoin tests this $36,100 level in the upcoming days. of which could be a place to start buying up some Bitcoin in spot. Maybe not a long position, but in terms of spot, it could be a place to accumulate some Bitcoin, or perhaps even a long position could be viable. But I will look into that in the upcoming days. So 30,600, so not 30,000, $36,100 is a very critical moment that Bitcoin could reverse to, and then continue its massive move towards the upside, coming towards the $43,200 level, which is the next critical level of resistance that Bitcoin will eventually face. So do I think we're going to go above $42,300? $43,200? Well, no, I don't think it's going to happen in this upcoming 2-3 months. Yes, we could potentially come and test it, but anything more would be a massive bull market, right? So we would be going into the next bull market. So I believe the top of the bull market is going to be in 2025. So going by that logic, and that's combined with the halving, and usually the top of the bull market happens after 1 year after the halving. So look, we could be trending, right? We could go here, we could trend a little and then go up again. And by this time, we're in like 2024 already. And of course, our target for Bitcoin is higher than the previous all-time high. So this could be a possibility that we trend between these support and resistances. However, just looking at the immediate shorter term, because it's not very easy to predict the massive long term, no matter what anybody says, it's incredibly hard to really give a prediction on it. I think $43,200 will give us very good resistance after we somehow find support either on 36,100 or go down to 31K and continue towards the upside. 43,200 will be extremely important for Bitcoin. And ladies and gents, the final thing that I want to mention is, well, actually two final things is tomorrow is going to be the CPI and core CPI. So I'll be discussing this in more detail in tomorrow's video. So do stay tuned and turn on the notification bell for that, because that is very important for the traditional markets. And ladies and gents, Black Friday sale is going to be coming to TradingView. And in 6 days and 16 hours, basically, you're going to be able to sign up to TradingView with my link to get 70% off your plan and 1 month free. So this is going to be an incredible offer that if you want to buy TradingView account, a pro plan, it's going to be the perfect time to do so. I always renew my TradingView account during Black Friday because it's the biggest sale that they have, and it's so worth it in my opinion. So stay tuned. In the next six days and 16 hours, you will have a massive promotion through the Crypto Kid channel. So ladies and gents, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. I think this video was very nice, and that is why we kind of deserve a firework display, right? So hold on, I've done this one before. What does this do? Okay, this is just very weird, but I will give confetti because this video was super cool. And if you did enjoy it, again, make sure to smash up that like button. Guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video very soon. Take care, everyone, and bye-bye.